We're now just about a day away from the release of Automobilista 2 into early access, and like all racing sims, it's going to be good for some people and not so good for others. In this video, I'm going to give my thoughts on who might enjoy the newest racing sim on the market and why. What's up guys, it's Mike for SimRacing604, and today's video is hopefully going to provide some insight as to whether AMS2 would be a worthwhile purchase for you. It's of course tempting to just click the buy now button as soon as any new racing sim comes on the market, but before you do, I have some thoughts on Riza's new title that may help steer you toward the right decision. Pun intended. And a quick clarification before we get started here. As of the time of this recording, Riza is about to introduce the title into early access on Steam, and what that means is that the version of Automobilista 2 that is available to the public on March 31st is not version 1.0. About a week ago, Riza clarified that due in no small part to the global pandemic, they would not have the game in its planned release state on time. Their intent though was still to have the game in public hands on time, even if not in a version 1.0. But with that said, I've been driving the alpha and beta versions of this title for several weeks and logged dozens of hours of playtime, and I can tell you that the game has progressed quite far along in development, and the early access is far closer to completion than you might think. Kunos opened their early access of Assetto Corsa Competizione with version 0.1 and only allowed us to use one car on one track with no multiplayer. AMS2's early access is starting from a far higher mark, which I'd estimate at about version 0.8 or 0.9. Nearly all the cars and tracks are available, as are most of the game modes and features. Getting back to the core of this video, I'll say that this is a comparatively easy recommendation for most sim racers, since I'm quite pleased with the title overall, but there are some caveats about who specifically the game might appeal to. I had the question raised in a recent live stream about what reasons someone might have to buy this if they own the first Automobilista. That's a great place to start with my recommendations. If you're like most Automobilista fans, you've probably been really enjoying the driving title for years and you've only been tolerating the dated graphics. So for this group, which is the majority I suspect, the addition of modern graphics and VR to the sim is a huge leap forward and fills in the most obvious gap in the previous title. Also, most of the cars and tracks have made the jump from AMS1 to AMS2, so there's not going to be much longing from fans in terms of content. And keep in mind that you'll also now have weather options for AMS, so you can really put your driving skills to the test. One final note for AMS1 fans: if you mostly raced mods and didn't really care much for the base content in Automobilista, the sequel may not be for you. At this time there aren't any mods for AMS2, so you're strictly limited to what Riza has included in the title. The second group that might consider buying this title are fans that came over from Project Cars 2. Because this title shares the Madness engine with PC2, many people immediately make the connection between the two titles. Some people have even critiqued Automobilista 2 as being only a content update for PC2. I don't agree with this take, but I can see where it's rooted. I think one drive of AMS2 should dispel most notions about the commonalities in the driving experience. In recent beta releases, Riza was able to port over the road feel from AMS1 at a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning that it drives very close to its well-loved predecessor. And the sounds as well are a massive improvement over PC2 in my opinion. So fans of Project Cars 2 are not only getting new content, but a completely different driving feel as well, and in my opinion, a better one. So if you're among the PC2 fans who are on the fence, rest assured that you're getting more than just some new content. You're also getting a new set of driving physics and force feedback. Another group I should address is hardcore sim purists and aliens. This is of course a tough crowd to please, and I'd have a hard time making a blanket recommendation of the title to those in this group. Most people who identify as hardcore in our niche already have one sim that they excel at and use as a reference against other sims. I can't say that the realism, tire model, car physics, or force feedback are so head and shoulders above any other title on the market that you will have a new reference point. I will say though that it does all of these things very well, and AMS2 may be another avenue for you to use to set lap records and rack up an unbelievable online rating that leaves plebs like me in the dust. And finally, for the casual sim racing fan or hobbyist like myself who sim race purely for the pleasure of sim racing, this title is probably going to make you very happy. The Madness engine runs very efficiently even on my aging PC and gives us a new set of cars and tracks to learn. I'd rank this sim very high across multiple categories, including graphics, sounds, and drivability. Most of the cars can't be found in any other sim excluding AMS1, so it's not like you're paying for a bunch of stuff you already have in many other titles. There are lots of different car classes on offer, from F1 inspired open wheelers to cup cars you might see being towed to your local track. And there's a large selection of tracks, some famous and some less well known, on which to race the cars. All of this content is fitted to a physics and force feedback engine that gives you a very solid driving feel. And the 40% off early access sale is a great chance for you to get into the sim at a very good price. So if you're looking for some fresh sim content in a nicely packaged title at a great price, and you're the type of sim racer that enjoys a fast and fun driving experience, I'd give Automobilista 2 a strong recommendation for you to buy. So in summary, I'd recommend this title to anyone who thought the first AMS was great, but it was held back by dated graphics. Or fans of Project Cars 2 who are looking for some fresh content in a sim with an improved driving experience. Also aliens looking to carve up the competition in a new title, or casual sim racers like myself who prioritize fun and are looking for a new challenge. Conversely, the groups that I don't think will get much out of purchasing AMS2 at this point are AMS1 fans that had no issues running without VR or modern graphics, Project Cars 2 fans who don't care about the new content on offer in AMS2 and like the driving experience in PC2, or a sim racing purist, or anyone really who's strongly tied to another sim already. For those that do decide to take the plunge tomorrow, I hope you have fun on the track. Even on day one of early access, I believe there are enough great things to keep most of us in the sim community happy and entertained with our newest sim racing title. And remember that Riza has a long-term plan of development, support, updates, and content additions planned for a long time coming, so the game will continue to grow and improve. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. I'll have a lot more videos coming about AMS2 in the very near future. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.